What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to discuss the difference between a mil-spec and a commercial buffer tube. In particular, as you can see, that is an AR-15. It's from Bushmasters. And of course, we have the Magpul MOE cartridges. Understanding the difference between a mil-spec and a commercial AR-15 buffer tube is one of the most common questions asked nowadays, and for good reasons. If you're planning to build your own AR-15 or upgrade your AR-15 stock, it is critical that you understand the differences between a mil-spec and a commercial buffer tube. There are two very similar standards. The reason it's referred to as a buffer tube is because inside the tube is a large spring called the action spring and a weighted part known as the recoil buffer. For example, when the rifle is cocked using the charging handle, the action spring is what makes the bolt slide back and forth when the bolt is released. Also, after a round is fired, the action spring is what pushes the bolt back forward into the battery in the chamber, and it chambers the next round. The recoil buffer sits inside the spring, and its weight provides a buffer against the recoil forces. The main difference between a mil-spec and a commercial buffer tube is the diameter of the tube. The mil-spec buffer tube is about 2/100ths of an inch smaller than a commercial tube. Other differences that some people love to point out is the angle on the back of the tube or at the tip of the tube. You have to be very careful with this because some manufacturers are selling mil-spec buffer tubes with the same shape of commercial buffer tubes and vice versa. Some may ask, why two different standards? Basically what it comes down to is the money. The mil-spec buffer tube was the original design, but the manufacturing processes of commercial spec buffer tubes provided a lower cost. Some might ask, which is better, mil-spec or commercial? There's no scientific evidence supporting the case that one standard is better than the other, as far as strength, performance, etc. But we recommend using a mil-spec buffer tube over a commercial buffer tube because the mil-spec, in my opinion, let's dive in and take a closer look at this AR-15. As you can see, this AR-15 has a mil-spec buffer tube on it. Let's take a closer look. This is a mil-spec. Now let's take a look at a commercial buffer tube. This right here is a commercial buffer tube. As you can see on the edge of this commercial buffer tube, there is a slight slant. Get a closer look. And that's the difference. Like I said, you have to be really careful because some manufacturers are making mil-spec buffer tubes in the same shape of commercial buffer tubes and vice versa. And here's a side-by-side comparison. As you can see the shape. The commercial buffer tube has a slight slant and the mil-spec is even at the ends. Let's get a better look. This is a side-by-side comparison of the two. So I hope this video was helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share with others. Until the next time, I'm out. Peace. Here's a bonus unboxing of a Magpul MOE PMag 30 AR or M4 M2 30 round magazine. As you can see, I have some PMag magazines just above the AR-15. Those are the ones with the magazine sights. And then over to the far left is just a typical all metal magazine. So let's unbox this PMag 30 AR/M4 30 round magazine. Pretty nice looking magazine. It doesn't have the window as you can see in my other magazines, but the good thing about this magazine, it holds 30 rounds. Very nice. PMag usually make good magazines. I've never had a failure on any one of them. So this is the PMag 30 round magazine. This magazine fits 5.56 NATO and 223, and as you can see on the magazine is a drawing of a round, which indicates this is the proper way or direction the round should be loaded. So let's load one round into the magazine. These are Remington 223s. Simple as that. Let's do another round. Simple as that. And as you can see, the drawing on the magazine is a drawing of a round, which indicates which way the round should be inserted, so there's no need to make a mistake, so you won't make that mistake.